City services in St. Louis have lagged for years, with large backlogs forming for pothole complaints, code enforcement, and other essential maintenance for quality of life. But here at City Hall, officials say they've taken a step forward, looking to another city that took on a similar set of challenges and faced them with hard data. This spring, St. Louis launched CityStat, a platform that publishes information about the city's response to service issues. Their approach is based on a system implemented in Baltimore by former mayor and Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley. Today, he met with city officials to demonstrate how the first step in moving forward is crunching the numbers. CityStat tracks how city departments are performing. You can use it to see things like how quickly the streets department is filling potholes or the forestry department's progress on removing hazard trees.
My directive, as I said to my team, to our teams here in city government, is our charge right now is to deliver on transparency.
Mayor Kara Spencer announced the launch of the program in March, and this week she and other officials are meeting with the former mayor of another city that had dealt with similar chronic issues with services. Martin O'Malley served as mayor of Baltimore for 8 years before serving 2 terms as governor of Maryland. Eventually, he ran unsuccessfully for president before leading the Social Security Administration during the Biden years. As mayor and as governor, he implemented a similar platform to publish data about how government was performing, which he's written about in his book, Smarter Government.
We've never had better tools and an easier way to collect data and even to analyze it for its insights. But we oftentimes bump up against 250 years of political wisdom that says, oh my God, you don't want to share that because your opponents or the press might cherry pick the bad things.
He says releasing that data and holding regular meetings with departments to analyze it is the first step toward achieving better results in government. Spencer, who has a background in math and analytics, says she had been inspired by O'Malley's work.
As long as what we're doing is delivering the open, clear results across the board, that's what we're looking at internally to improve our systems. We're directing our departments to look at these graphs and ensure that they are implementing changes to see changes in the graph. The point is to improve not just the outcomes, but the drivers of those outcomes. You know, what are the systems that are resulting in this part of the neighborhood not getting their trash picked up regularly? Well, maybe we have to dig into the fact that there's a bad entrance point to that alley, or there's some reason why that driver doesn't want to go down there. So we're implementing the tracking mechanisms on the truck. So that's a intervention that's going to drive better results.
You talked a little bit about accountability, and this is a new system. A lot of city services can't improve without some sort of departmental accountability. When does accountability come into play?
Introducing accountability measures was new to our city department heads, and so we really wanted to encourage compliance with providing the data, interfacing with us and our team, and really being open with the other departments about it. So our wins here right now are all centered on the transparency, the data infrastructure, and the willingness to engage in solution-oriented thinking. We're really focused right now on delivering the data to the public. That's our win. We're communicating, we're building out the infrastructure, and we're encouraging and directing our department heads to engage in creative thinking that is solution-oriented so they can implement changes to the graph. We want to see changes.
St. Louis and Baltimore have faced similar historic challenges, the only 2 U.S. cities separated from their surrounding counties, and both suffering from steep population decline. But in the last 20 years, Baltimore has seen signs of a resurgence, with crime dropping dramatically and population stabilizing. O'Malley believes for St. Louis, adopting a new methodology for understanding problems is a step forward.
She already started those tough conversations, and the first rule, as I've met with other teams in other cities, is start and don't stop. So that started.
What would you change about how this was implemented in Baltimore?
I probably would have ramped up faster than we did, because you only have a limited amount of time.
Spencer says the next step is improving the way problems are reported, becoming proactive rather than reactive.
We haven't implemented yet any technology to identify potholes and proactively fill them. We are reliant upon our citizens to tell us where the potholes are, and those are the potholes that we're tracking right now. Our goal is to get to a point where we're not only being able to address those problems that are given to the city by our residents, but we're proactively identifying new ones. We're honing in on the system that we have and getting the system that we have firing on all cylinders and hitting the goals pothole type by pothole type before we get there.